Hello, hello. Hey, Define Evil. Happy Thursday. Where is my cable for this? There it is. Okay, so I downloaded the synth. I have not actually launched it yet. I want to try it out, and hopefully it sounds good and I don't have to do anything. Post ad. Oh, wow. I didn't realize an ad would already run. Hey, ABC. Okay, so let's just see if this works. Like I said, I have not even tested this. And I think it's called Surge, but I don't see it here. Okay, that's not expected. Maybe I don't know what I'm doing. I probably need to point to where this thing was installed. Yeah. Okay. Hey, Phil. Which Twitch would show them when their viewers can't hear them? So it shows me when there's an ad running, but only for this channel. I think you can have them on Twitch, and then it would just be for you. So yeah, there would be no way for me to know like this one particular viewer can't hear me. Hey, Chili. All right, so this probably installed an application somewhere. Yeah, Surge. I don't know for sure that the VST is under here. Yeah, they have a standalone app. Yeah, I don't know what you're supposed to do with this. VST program files. I want to find the Mac location for this. Hmm. Yeah, how about this? Let's just type Surge Synth VST location Mac OS. Hey, Kevin. Library audio plugins VST3. Okay, CD library audio plugins. There's no plugins direct. Oh, it's plug dash in. Okay. Did they say here? No, they did not put a dash in that. And then VST. Then do we see Surge in here? No. Sounds? No. Huh. This is the thing where the top half of chat is invisible? Oh no. Library application supports Surge. Okay, let's try there. Application support. Surge. Surge doesn't exist. Okay. Don't know where I'm supposed to find this. Surge.vst3. All right, well, since I can't find where this is located, let's just do a search of my entire computer, I guess. Yeah. Hey, stats. Yeah, so Define Evil, this is the UI that I see. Ad starts in 50 seconds, and then I can know when there's an ad showing for everybody, or at least the non-subs. Locations, presets are available here. User presets are documents Surge. I did not see, oh, slash library. Oh my God, I was in the home directory. Okay. So library application support Surge does not exist. Oh man, there's Surge XT. So the documentation here is wrong. I mean, I should probably submit something about that, right? Submit issue report. It says that the macOS location is Surge, but it's actually Surge XT. Do I have the VST in here? Where to place user data? Let's take a look. There's no VST here. Hey, David. The bot did beat you this morning. All right, well, this is a little bit frustrating. I do see the library and wave tables. I don't know where the VST is supposed to be. They also mentioned documents. Take a look at this off screen really fast. Document slash surge. There is no surge folder here. Hey, Magnus. Happy 2nd of July. All right, well, let's look at this where to place user data. What is this? At startup, Surge scans for all information from both the factory and user folder factory. So how about this? Let's just run Surge standalone. Yeah, and see what happens. I'd like to access the microphone. Sure, that's fine. And sure, that's fine. Settings. I was kind of hoping it would show me where the VST is located, but we don't have that here. Let me just close out of this. Yeah, there's some folder, and I couldn't find it searching my entire machine. Maybe I'll just search for VSTs. Mini Freak. Huh. Maybe I'll just search for Surge. Man, crazy. Okay, I don't think it's supposed to be this hard to find. Huh. I missed something here? Delivered a 64-bit plug-in instrument for both audio unit and VST3. To install, run the package installer, given the option of installing this stuff to their correct locations. I just had everything checked. I just did this morning. These will also be installed. I see those. Locations, preset libraries there. Problem is that there's no VST in here. FX preset. Modulator, patches, skins, tuning. There's a manual-xt website. You're in manual? What did I download then? Surge XT is an Intel Apple Silicon Universal Binary. Apple Silicon Mac will run Surge XT with any Apple Silicon version of Mac OS. Manual-xt. Interesting. So then this should show the correct location now? Yeah. All right. So this is not an issue. This is strange though. But still, I mean, I have this. I don't know where the VST is supposed to go. Surge space XT VST. Okay, well, I wasn't searching for that. Maybe that would help. Surge xt.vst3. Yeah, I don't see anything else here. I don't know. I mean, even in this folder, I already searched for this. I guess VST3 is what I want to search for. No, I don't see that either. Is there any other path that they have here? Locations, Mac OS, application support. Yeah, I didn't see anything in documents, huh? Does it pick up audio unit plugins automatically? I don't know. I've always used VSTs. FL Studio audio unit plugins. Audio unit is apparently Mac OS only. Let's see. Apple standard tied to core audio. All right, it is compatible. Recommend using VST version of plugins when available. Ensure Mac and Windows compatibility when sharing projects. Use the same naming conventions. Default Mac OS location. Problem is it's not in here. Or maybe it is, and maybe I should just manage plugins and go scan it again. Find installed plugins. Oh my God, there. Great. I don't know where this is on my machine. Does it list the path here? It doesn't seem to show the path, but yeah, let's go write this. I've got a synth one thing. I'm gonna go make a new reveal and navigation. Let's make a new note here and call it Surge XT. Overview, Surge is an open source synth. Let's link it from here. Surge XT is what exactly? The universal binary for Mac OS. And I guess I'll make a setup note. So install from the site. And then in FL Studio, rescan your rescan for plugins. I should probably say how to do that. But yeah, this looks like it was fine. How do we see where this thing is located? Plugin search paths. Okay, so it's got to be in one of these locations. Why did searching my file system not find this? Plug-ins. BST3. Yeah, there it is. Okay. Well, I don't know. I don't know how it couldn't find this. Hey, Oogly Booglies. Happy 85. Wonder what would be on release day. Probably quite high. Mine was located here. All right, I am very curious to see what this is like to work with, but still I want to find this first. So add more plugins, manage plugins, find install plugins. More plugins, manage plugins, find installed plugins. Okay. And there's a ... on this. And potentially, yeah, that's it. All right, great. So let's add this in and let's go try this out. Surge. We take this one. All right, it's probably loud. No, it's not too loud. Okay. Okay, so this apparently comes with a bunch of presets. I should probably read some like getting started guide, but let me go back to the homepage here because I could have sworn they mentioned, yeah, 2,800 patches, 700 wavetables. So maybe we can just mess around with those. Can I click this? Neat. Very neat. All right, let's listen to some of these. Oh, can I do this? No. There we go. Okay. Sounds neat. I want this to be 0 for a sec. So there's a portamento here. There must also be something else controlling this because when this is set to 0, it's still making this glide effect. At least going downward there is. Huh. I don't see what controls that. Yeah, I don't see what controls that. Hey, Scholar. Hey, DevZone. Certain episode of Friends. I haven't seen a lot of Friends, so I don't know what you're talking about. Does Ross get a synth at some point? Okay, let's take a look at some other ones here. I want to... What are they? Yeah, keys. Here we go. Oh, they don't have too many of these, surprisingly. Maybe it's not pulling from... No, it's probably pulling from everything. All right, well, let's listen to some of these. Hey, Jesta. This is a pretty cool song. Woo. Whoa. Okay, there's a lot of stuff here. Very interesting. They have a bunch of effects over here. Can you automate any of these? Well, that crashes it. Oh man. This is like one of my only requirements out of a new synth is that it doesn't crash FL Studio. And I literally just right clicked something and it crashed. Does that happen every time? Let me make a testing surge project here. So I don't need to keep recreating this. Maybe just in here. Testing surge XT. All right, so all I did is I picked an instrument. We were on this, I think. No, not that one. This one. And I right-clicked over here. Yeah, it consistently crashes. Well, is this known? Surge XT issue tracker. There are a lot of issues. Mac OS crash, right-click. Changing patches with editor open while MIDI is playing. This is in 2023. Yeah. I've used that web app before, or at least the S version of that. I'm guessing this is pretty similar. Yeah. Well, yeah, I've used something like that. In fact, we actually made one of the sounds for the game using a similar tool. Hey, Pickle. Good morning. What if this is just an FL Studio problem? I'd find it hard to believe. I don't, yeah. All right, let's click keep in dock. Let's go back to that project. Oh, it doesn't show up here? What, because I didn't have a chance to save it? All right, give me a sec. Music, FL Studio. Testing surge. Found it. All right, so there. Now it shows up there. I'm gonna just hit save. So if I just right click something over here like that, no, it crashes no matter what. Right clicking on sliders, crash, fatal error, FL Studio. Yeah, great. This is my exact problem. What do they say? No crash with the nightly. This was back in 2025 though. The nightly builds should be in main now, right? One 1.3.4 works just fine. What am I on then? Is there a way to see through FL Studio maybe? Ah, it doesn't put it back here. Come on. So stupid. I thought this would be just such a simple, like, I'll install this, I'll use it, everything will be fine. So where's the version of this? Okay, there's a version, 2705055. Is that of Surge or is that of like FL Studio's plugin host? Let's go find out. 134. Okay, so no, this is something else. So then let's just launch Surge normally. It's probably got a version number in here somewhere. Menu, about Surge. Here we go. 134. So whoop. I wanted to copy that. Just take a screenshot. Whoops. All right, so screenshot information is here. Let's OCR this and put it over here. So this is the version. Does this match? Did I get it correctly? 134 F7 B976 or C6. Yeah, great. So this is the correct version. They say in this issue that 134 fixed it, right? Oh, man. All right, well, I might need to add something to this. Surge notes. Can't right click in FL Studio. I should be on the latest version of everything. This issue was already closed. Why do you keep hitting bugs? I'm not sure what's going on here. It's causing them to get hit so frequently. Like, I should be on the newest version of FL Studio. Engage privacy mode. I don't know if this shows a license file or something. There. Yeah, let me take a look at this. FL Studio. Done. All right, I took a picture. So we have this version of Surge, and FL Studio is on 25.2.5 build 5055. All right, well, whatever. Let's just not right click anything. Can I right click stuff in here? Yeah, I can. I won't be able to automate anything. No, I guess I could use the browser to do it. All right, well, let's continue to mess around. In fact, you know what? Let's open up a different file and then go back to that one. Oops. Clicked the wrong thing. As long as it doesn't crash, I don't care. There. Now I want to close this completely because I want this to be in the recent files list. And when it crashes, it doesn't seem to save it there. And now we just open this again once it's done. Yeah. So there are kind of two things I want to do. One is just test this synth out a little bit. And two is replace all of the sounds I had in the top-down shooter with this synth. It's going to be kind of hard to do that because I like the sounds that I had. Whoops, that's not the right one. And it doesn't matter. This isn't even... Whatever. Surge. All right. So yeah, let's just take a look at some of the other ones that we have here. Cyber flute. This is not poly. Ooh, really like this. So they have... How does this work? B? Scene B. Oh, interesting. Okay, so there's like a whole chain of effects you can add. So A goes into here, B goes into here. Where does B come from? Well, let's just try changing this and find out. Let's add, I don't know, yeah, delay. Something obvious, that's all. Is this changing anything? I can't even tell. Maybe something even more obvious. I guess distortion would be really obvious. I don't think this is having an effect. So there must be something over here that routes. I see this A right there. Whoa, whoa, what are we doing? Yeah, there might be some way to like route to B. Oh, right, you can't right click. I think scene in the top left. Hey, Crimson. Let me check it out. Oh, this is so rough. Natural that when I want to test something, I right click. So we go back to Cyber Flute. Scene in the top left. Oh, I see. Ah. Interesting. Are these even being combined somehow? So if I add distortion over to here. Yeah, this is working on this scene. Huh, I wonder how you combine scenes then. Oh, mode, here we go. Dual. Ah, okay, so now we can hear them both. Or we could split based on a particular note. It's set, apparently. It's just not obvious that it's set. It says D5. Huh, interesting. Hey, Goose. Okay, so how about this? Let's just back out of this because this doesn't really matter. Let's go to this one and don't save. So if we're able to play this, and we probably aren't. Oh, no, we are. Okay, nice. So we need these exact same notes. And we need the instrument to be different. So I could just replace this with Surge. But I guess let's get this. We could put them side by side. I could just clone this whole thing. And then replace with... So we'll rename this to Surge Replacement. And then replace it with Surge. And then try to find something that's kind of similar, I guess. Oh, it doesn't have the notes. Yeah, so this instrument is set to 1 octave lower. I think we need to do the same thing over here. I am guessing we do it here. It goes to -7. If I just do that. Yeah, there we go. Okay. Although every time I change patches, yeah, it's gonna be replaced. All right, so we want this to be something in here. Just try some things out. I think adding some distortion to this would make it sound better. We could just make a brand new thing. That's closer to what I want. Add a little bit of reverb. Whoa. Too much. that? How do you remove this? How do you remove if you can't right click? It's probably a clear FX slot. Okay. Let's keep trying some other ones here. So this is where a seasoned music veteran would be able to be like, well, I can hear what this one sounds like. I know exactly what to do to get this. Although, I guess actually we could take a look at what we have here. Yeah, we have a chorus. So if we add one to this. Well, I don't know which. And we need a little bit of portamento here. And probably to set this to mono. I think this is set to like 42 milliseconds, something around there. That's not too bad. And maybe add some distortion on top of that. Or maybe a chorus before that. Moving these things sounds like it's going to be difficult. Unless you can just drag it. You can just drag it. Okay, good. Woo. Woo. So if I just put this in, what does it sound like? Yeah, very different. This is more of like a punchier wave. We have this right now. Can I change this somehow? Patch wavetable. Yeah, I'll never get back to this one if I do this. Doesn't even really change anything. Hey, Laxton. Happy 2 years. Thank you for the resub. Why isn't this doing anything? Because it's using a wavetable? I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. I've already made a bunch of changes here too. I don't want to totally wipe this out. Maybe we should have started with something that sounds closer to what I want. 1, 2, and 3. Wait, all oscillators are mattering here? Yeah. All right, this doesn't sound anything like the first one though, right? So there are 2 voices playing here? And the other one's lower? I mean, we could do that. We could do something like that. All right, that's a little bit crunchier. It's not what I want it to sound like, though. Yeah, it's still more like I don't know, some basic wave is just missing here. Let's set these 2 just a bunch of sine waves. And then very cool. There's a low pass filter. Oh, you can't click that apparently. Crashes everything. So I can't even click menus. All right, this is going to be a problem. It's going to be a huge problem. All right, maybe we go figure out how to report this, which means we got to go get symbols for this program. Didn't they have a crash report here? Can I open a bug? You do not have permissions to do this. Should I leave a comment here or should I start a new issue? Just say, I just hit this myself. Surge XT version. FL Studio version. Mac OS or like Mac info. OS Sequoia 15.6.1, I think. Yeah. Hardware. Yeah, whenever I right click pretty much anything in Surge or attempt to open a menu, the program crashes. Let's get the crash. Yeah, this isn't going to be super helpful without that symbol information. So I got to go figure out how to get that. Surge, I don't know, get like crash with symbol information. Oh, hey, there's the same problem in Linux. This is in 2019 though. Please help with the Surge 1 crashing. This is the game though. Debug build. I gotta find a debug build then, huh? Any updates you haven't updated since Sequoia? There's Tahoe now. I mean, I could try updating Mac OS. I don't think that'd be the problem here, but it might be worth a shot. All right, maybe they've got something here on how to go get a debug build. Probably just need to build it from scratch, which is probably gonna be tedious. Where's their source code here? Hey, Pressel. Happy Thursday. So clone this, initialize submodules, and then just use CMake and build it. Replace release with debug or release with debug info. Build all of the binary assets. All right, I guess we do this. Left the tab open and went to eat. All right, so if I go do this and we get a debug build and I use the debug VST and it crashes, will I have symbol information? I guess let's just go find out. Because, yeah, what a waste of time is going to be otherwise. All right, so temp, let's clone this. Yeah, I'm gonna just copy paste this. If I'm gonna be C making anyway, I can just run arbitrary stuff. So if they do some kind of prompt injection on their site, it's no different from them doing a prompt injection through their code. All right, let's just let this run. Oh, whoops, I'm building the release version. All right, well, whatever. Let's still just let it run. But yeah, I meant to change that out with this. So change this with debug. Yeah. This is rough. This is very rough. Command not found CMake. Let's go get CMake. Wonder how different they are. Yeah, I'm not sure. If the debug version crashes, I think it'll just give them important information anyway. And this is not how I expected this to go. I've just had such issues with this lately. And I wonder if it's a new version of FL Studio that caused it or what. All right, so I am building now with debug information. So let's just let that run. Debug builds, there are instructions on how to build here. It was very simple. Just copy, paste the instructions and replace release with debug. What issue are we dealing with? The issue is this: whenever I right click anything in this new synth or even try to open a menu, it just crashes. And it makes it really hard to use it. Man, I'm so annoyed that I'm hitting these issues because this is the kind of thing where it's like, it's a music program. I install a synth. I expect to just be able to use it. Everything should be fine. And lately, everything's been breaking. And I like FL Studio. I want to keep using it. I don't know if it's an FL Studio problem or a synth problem, but now there have been two synths that are broken with it. Granted, it does still seem like a synth problem because there's the exact issue I was hitting here, but it was closed 8 months ago. Use an older version. An older version might actually work. I'm not sure. But I'm testing on a debug version of the synth right now. So yeah, let's see if this thing builds. I would expect it to build. I don't think there's going to be a problem with building it. It is taking a long time, but that's probably pretty normal. I don't have an older version installed right now. I need to like go downgrade. Right now it's building everything. Wonder how many threads they devote to this. It's like, this should be a very fast machine. Too bad. Nothing you need anyways missing. Yeah, I'm on what, 25? Yeah, 25. I I get that really no software should crash, but like, why did this start happening all of a sudden? The first crash caused me to update FL Studio. So it is possible this is the combination of updating two different things. Well, I didn't update the synth I just got today. I didn't even have it before. Also, even once this is working, like let's say we figured this out or didn't have a crash at all, I still need to get the sounds to roughly match or at least get something I'm happy with. And unfortunately, we're replacing more than just that one bass sound. It's everything. It almost makes me think I shouldn't do this at all for the old track. I should still use synth 1 and just deal with the crashes. I think that's the smartest move. Yeah. Latest version of the set version of FL? What does it mean by set version? Because I think the newest stable version is probably 25, right? If I click download here, yeah. Yeah, it suggests 25. Ref check. Yeah, it's not like I'm on some bleeding edge software. I'm not on a nightly build of FL Studio or something. This should be stable. Yeah. Anyway, I wait, what? Do they skip from 20 to 25? Does 21 exist? It does. Huh, that's strange. Why is the knowledge base answer? There's 21, then 2024. But here they show 9, 10, 11, 12, 20. Maybe you can't get ones above 20. All right, an outdated article. Yeah, that could be it, I guess. All right, where do we stand on this? 36%, wow. All right, let's just let it run. Okay, conclusion. It's not worth it trying to sound match. I should just deal with the crashing project. I am annoyed by this. All right, well, do I have notes on Synth 1 that talks about this thing? Decided to ditch it, at least on Mac OS. I like the sounds, even when it's working at its best. It's a little glitchy. Simply stopped loading consistently. Going to try Surge XT. Yeah. And what else can you do? Although actually, I guess that is something worth considering, which is that maybe the old version of FL Studio would work with the old project too. I should probably try that out. Try an older version of FL Studio with the top-down shooter project. Yeah, I didn't think of that. All right, so download it from the archive here. Let me go take a look. I want to download, yeah, I guess even just 24 maybe? Note, you can download old versions of FL Studio here. I'll go test out this one. Let's go download this. So yeah, I'll try this. And where do we stand on the build? Still working. All right, is this downloaded? Can I run this? I don't want it to install it. Hopefully it's just an application that I can use. It's not just an application. I guess we could just go rename this to like FL Studio 25 or something. Oh, it already is 25. Oh, so maybe I can just have them both installed at once. Yeah, multiple versions installed at the same time. Yeah, I guess as long as they are differently named. All right, engage privacy mode. Hey, Kyle. Yeah, I've been doing well. I'm a little frustrated by all this music stuff that I've been working on because, you know, ideally you set out to do any task and you just want to work on that task, not troubleshooting for that task. Why is this not working? And I've been stuck in troubleshooting mode now for a little while. All right, so yeah, I'm just doing everything on my computer right now. Yeah, let's try this. If this loads up the old project, then okay, at least we have some way of dealing with that. And it should hopefully consistently load it and hopefully won't crash. And then any little changes I make, I just need to remember to use this. So yeah, sure, move to trash. I don't care about that. Now we want to load FL Studio. Oh, there it is, 2024. And I specifically want to load. Oh, it's not here. project was created using a more recent version. Is not likely to open correctly. You should update to the latest. Do you want to continue loading this anyway? Yeah, I guess. Contains invalid data. An error occurred. Okay, so can you save a project as an old version? You probably can't, right? Yeah, by the way, please don't segment. I press them. So I would need to I need to like copy everything over or save as a MIDI or something and oh man. Yeah. I don't know about that. Can download old versions of FL Studio here, but they typically can't open projects from newer versions. Hey Sean, my music program doesn't want to do music. Yeah, I can export. Yeah. So you would need to export all of the data and import it into the old version. All right, so this stuff's all written down. I've got notes on this already. Man. For the dungeon racer. Put this stuff over here. You can save exact plugin states. So if you sound design to sound, you can just copy it. Surge work normally on 2024 now, though. Yeah, we could try that out. Yes. Okay. So I should write that down over here too. I tested Surge in. Well, I should also click one of these, right? Yeah, everything's fine. I tested Surge in this, and it worked just fine. Yeah, thanks, Appressel. I'll give you a point for this. All right, well, we're still waiting on this debug build. Because I want to get them as much information as I can get them. And so updating FL Studio is not a good idea. I wonder what they even added in FL Studio 25. Loop starter, dynamic mixer tracks. I mean, that's too crazy. This might actually be kind of cool. FL Studio Remote. Free Android or iOS tablet or phone. Wait, what? Really? I thought they got rid of this stuff. FL Studio Remote. Well, well, well. Let's install this. Open FL Studio MIDI settings. Enable FL Studio Remote. Tap Connect. Huh. Especially when it's fairly recently released. When did this one come out? It says 2025 in the name, so I'm guessing it's been at least a year. But it might have been at the end of 2025. FL Studio 2025 released. Or release date. Yeah, it looks like it was toward the end of the year. Yeah. So it hasn't been as long as it could be, I guess. But that's still long enough where I feel like I shouldn't be running into issues here. Or what, 9 months away from that? cherry on top kind of stuff. Yeah, it's just too bad I'm already in this state where stuff is crashing. I guess for any new tracks, we could use the old version of FL Studio. So yeah, once I report this bug, I guess let's go mess around in that. All right, sure, let's do that. So report the bug. We're still waiting on this debug build. It's taking forever. And then try making a new track with FL Studio 2024. Yeah. Oh man. So modifying the top-down shooter music is going to be really annoying because it might just never really work. And I've got like 3 different project files there. Part of me does wonder if there's just some permission issue though. Like what if I need to give FL Studio access to files it doesn't have access to? And that's the only problem. Also, I am kind of curious to try this out, so let's go see. All right, engage privacy mode for just a second. So it says open MIDI settings. And then at the bottom, enable remote. And then click connect. And we're just done. Wow, that was easy. That was super easy. Yeah, so now I have this app on my phone. And I can tap stuff here. Like if I lay down some drums here, I can hit play. Neat. Very neat. Wow. I can play it right from my phone. Where's the octave thing? Oh, very neat. Yeah. Can I zoom in on this? No. You can change scales? Neat. You can even work on your bathroom breaks now. Hey, Alex. Yeah, redoing that video is something I never ever want to do. It's going to take too long. I'll get multiple atoms to do it for me. Artificial atom intelligence. You lock into some Egyptian or Indian seal? Yeah, I picked the Arabic seal. You talk because of the, what, augmented second? Wait, is it an augmented second? Yeah. Yeah, so we're still waiting on this thing to finish. I guess I could mess around with this in the meantime. Let's close this thing. Yeah. All right, so we're just gonna click some random thing here. Ooh. AC17R. Have you seen Unhinged demo? I don't think so. No. It's a game based on a movie? Is that what's his name? Russell Crowe? Is that? Yeah, I never really got why you load any of those playables in like YouTube or in Netflix. I don't have a Netflix subscription right now, but even back when I did, the only one that I tried was the Black Mirror one that was based on one of the newest season episodes. I forgot which one. And yeah, I didn't really like it. And in YouTube, I just hide them. All right. Well, anyway, the kind of music I want to make for this next game is going to be sort of like what is that track in Zelda? I guess in the Light World Dungeons. I forgot how it goes. Oh yeah. Something like that. Take care, Pretzel. Let me look this up actually, so I'm not just making it up. VG lead sheets link to the past. Do, 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 do. I don't think it's even here. Oh, is this it? What's going on? What is going on? Why isn't it playing any notes? Does it need the focus? Oh, huh. Well, I need to be able to read the sheet music. So let's put this on my other monitor. All right, what do we got here? There are a lot of notes in that chord, and I only have so many on this. All right, so what do I got here? B minor 7, B flat minor 7, A minor 7, A flat minor 7. Like this. Anyway, something along that line. Is this done yet? 91%. So yeah, something a little bit eerie, but not like super in your face. So they just use descending minor 7th chords. Let's switch to some other things here and see what we got. Whoa. Oh, wow. A little too much on this one. I don't like that. Interesting. Kind of like that. too much reverb on this. Or, I don't know, release maybe? Let's just lower that. Where is that? Where are you? Here. I don't know for sure that this is even what I want. There are a bunch of these. Ah, there we go. Okay, anyway, what do we have here? So C sharp minor to a like a D sharp half diminished 7. Maybe that. All right, so what do we go from there? All right. Ugh, can't play this in the background. I gotta figure out how to change that. Maybe this to what am I doing here? This would not be this. This would be, I don't know. Can I ask your advice? Sure, PVO. What's up? Hey, look, okay, this is done. So it probably produced, yep, there it is. And I can probably go load this now. So I gotta go test that out. But I mean, I kind of want to just make this music right now. We'll report this in a bit. Oh, wait, did I stream right through an ad? I don't even think I noticed. Normally I do. I should have taken a break. All right, so try making the new track with this. This will work fine. So the debug build is here. I need to test that out. How do we get this to play in the background? Yeah, how do I do that? FL Studio accept MIDI input when in background. Actually, it might not be an FL Studio thing. If I change to the drum track, we can test it out. What is going on? What is going on? Oh, the window's on my other screen. Not obvious to me. All right, so we go to, let's just add, whoop. Did not mean to do that. Add. Okay, there we go. No, it's an FL Studio thing. Okay, so then it might be in MIDI settings. I do not see anything here that would control this. Wait a second. Why is image line remote there? This should only be in the 2025 version, right? Wait a second. Does this work? No. Unless I need to connect again. I don't know where you do this. Maybe I just close the app. Connect. No, it's not doing anything. No sound. Tap for instructions. Is it not connected? It's not doing anything. I think this is the old version. Yeah, I think it's the old version. Okay. Anyway, I've been tinkering with PCs for around 7 or 8 years, but I'm not interested in printers or phones. Think I should give it a try to the Linux cert or go for A+. I have never needed to pursue a certification, so I don't even know what the A+ cert is. So I can't really chime in on this. Yeah. The way I'd probably advise going about this is to look at job postings that you might like and then see what certifications they require. And if it's not clear, reach out to them and say like, "Hey, I was thinking of applying to make myself as good a candidate as possible. Like, here's what I wanted to pursue. What do you think?" That sort of thing. I mean, odds are probably pretty low they'll even respond, but you never know. But still, usually job postings will have what certs they expect you to have. Barring that, I think asking in a community that maybe knows more about the specific certifications could potentially be good. Hey, Globy. All right, so how do we do this? Enable playing, MIDI playing in background. I mean, this is all Android stuff. I don't think I ever had to enable something for this. Yeah, I'm probably not going to find this. Oh, let me just look this up. I have FL Studio on Mac OS with a MIDI keyboard connected. When I play sounds, when I play notes and FL Studio is in the background, I still want to hear sounds, but that's not happening. Alrighty, let's see if we can figure that out. Options, audio settings, uncheck auto close. Okay, there we go. So now I can hear this even when I'm over here. Yeah, nice, cool. Great. Great. Maybe we should write that in the notes. Yeah, let's write this down here. Audio doesn't play in the background. And how do you control this? Options, audio settings. Audio. Uncheck auto close. Okay. So if you want, actually, wait, did that happen even if it doesn't matter. If you want input from your MIDI keyboard to still sound when FL Studio is in the background, go to this. All right, whoops, did not mean to open that up. I guess we should unpin this. All right, so going back to this thing. I don't want to do anything with phones and printers. Well, do you like the driver work you've been doing? Because there are probably a lot of hardware companies that like to have driver engineers. I think the best way to figure out if you like something is to do it with no real restraints. So yeah, just some fun project. And if you still don't like it, you probably wouldn't like it in a more structured job environment. That's not to say that that's always true, but at least you get a taste for what it's like when you don't have someone breathing down your neck with deadlines and specific ways of doing things. I like the chords here. I like this. This should be different after that, though. Maybe that. Maybe we go to like B. It's okay. Whoa. Crazy. Hey, Limbo. Do you use beats in your game music or just melodic sounds? I just make an entire track that makes sense for that particular like level or game. So yeah, in general, they're full tracks. I don't know if that answers your question. In this case, what we're trying to do, so somewhere here, I have no, I closed it. Where is that? VG lead sheets, link to the past. Yeah, what's it called? Ancient something? Ancient ruins. This. So this is kind of what I was thinking of as inspiration for this. I want to use, where are the graphics? I want to use this. And I want to make a dungeon runner game. And the way I want it to start is it'll just look like a regular dungeon that you're going through. And for that, I was thinking of music along this line, like the. Oh. So just something a little bit eerie. This is sounding a little bit too, I don't know what, like. Yeah, I still need to think about this. I mean, my beats is drums and instruments or just one instrument? Oh yeah, definitely multiple instruments. That's what I'm saying. It's like a whole track. For example, I guess if you just do this, I've got the OSTs I made for my last two games there, so you can listen to the kinds of stuff I've made before. All right, well, we should probably make a new track. This one is kind of interesting. Delay dancer. Let's go make a new track. Sure, whatever. And we'll just say this one is, I don't know, messing around over here. This would be for the new sub game that we have. So let's make a new folder here. And let's call it like Dungeon Racer. I mean, that's as good as anything. Although we should probably rename it to fit the other Dungeon Racer. Capitalization. All right, so opening up in this, let's call this one Messing Around. Save. All right. So now let's go add in our Surge plugin and go find that. There it is. I think I want something that sounds more like a string. Let's go with what is this? Oh, FX. All right, we need to organ. Let's add another one of these. Hey, Cuddlefish. All right, let me take a look at this again. Polysynth. It looks so cool. Yeah, there are a lot of things you can control with it. I am just trying to use some of the presets here and come up with something. Now, I think we need something a little bit more whimsical. And not even in terms of the instrument. I think the instrument's probably fine. I think it's just that this is too eerie sounding. The Zelda music was just descending minor sevens. I play with dynamic soundtracks so the music reacts to what you're doing. I haven't. I'd like to do something with that someday, but I think it's a little bit too high effort for the kinds of sub games we're making here. Slay the Spire does that. Do you have a background in music or self-learned? I think I have. Let me see here. Yeah, I have a little explainer here for. So yeah, I do have some formal music education, and then I've also just kind of messed around making music for a while now. All right, let's keep going with just some random improv stuff here. What did the Breath of the Wild shrine music sound like? They don't have it here. Breath of the Wild shrine music. Because this was not like super grim sounding, right? Yeah, it was a lot of that. All right, I think I want something a little bit more ambient then. Yeah, something like that. Has Abby been using the desk pad? Only when there's a heating pad on it. She won't sit in it otherwise. And we only really have one heating pad, and my wife tends to use it. So I need to, like, yeah, take it from her for some time. Yeah, I like that. I like the sound a lot. Hey, Mr. Evil Rex. Yeah, so yeah, all right, let's plunk in some notes here. Yeah, yeah. I got like that. Well, anyway, let's just put it in anyway. We got to change the time signature for this eventually. Is this detached? It is not. So why is this on top? Huh. It's another thing that's kind of weird. Is this detached? Oh, this is. You can't attach it. All right, well, I guess I just move it off the screen then. Or close it, I guess. Either one's fine. maybe that. Oh, we're gonna jump the gun on that. Let's see. No. Can't go up to A again. Yeah, maybe that. Okay. All right, let's take a look at this. Kind of like that, but I don't like the instrument. I think we need to change categories here. Is that a synth for ants? You can increase the size of this a little bit at least. But that's probably about it. I don't think you can increase it like this. No, you can't. So yeah, it's gotta keep the same aspect ratio the whole time. So I think that's as big as I could get it, yeah. Oh, did I just mess up? Oh no. What have I done? How did I get this out of the window? There we go. I'll set the poly here. something more bassy here. That was too low. Yeah, just lower the sound of this. No bomb envy. Bowser vibes. Rename to bass. All right, so I probably want this to play twice. And I'm just going to duplicate it right here in the pattern. There. And then in the bass, you want this to come in down here. And I'll just play this. Oh, I don't have too much planned out for this. Where's record there? And yeah, whatever, that's good. All right, whatever. That's not great, but we can fix some notes in a little bit. I think the shortcut for this may have changed. It did. All right. Should it start earlier? That was just a mistake. All right, I'll lower the sound of that entire thing. I need to work on this. I'm still coming up with some ideas here. Let's see. We don't need to just use this synth, but I do want to mess around with it a little bit longer. Let's look at some leads. Hey, synth Stella. Oh, interesting. That's pretty cool. Oh no, it crashed. No. Oh man, there's just no way to stop these stupid things from crashing. All right. Well, I guess as long as it crashed, let's go get the proper crash report from FL Studio 2025. Ugh. Yeah, so we got to add in a synth. Can you do this by path? I guess you can't, but I can go add a new folder here, right? How do you do this? Oh, there it is. All right, so we paste this in. And hit open. And now find. It's going to find the same one twice. And it might not have... Oh, it has a path here, so that should be fine. We just got to wait for this to finish. Hey, Pseudo. Arcade vibes. It's going for kind of like a Zelda-ish kind of thing. But I still need to mess around with this. All right, so now we have the debug version of Surge in here. Can't even see the path. It's maybe this. What's it called? Yes, it's got effects in the name. Okay, so that's the one we want to get. So we're going to go add that. Surge effect. Oh, that's weird.
Whoops.
I don't understand. What happened? I can't add this? I can't seem to add it. I don't know why. Surge. Yeah, I have this, but I don't have. This is yellow. What is yellow? Oops. Oh, because these are all built in, and this is the one that I added. Huh. So why won't this load? Status okay, VST3, Apple and Intel. Ah, effect. It's not considered a synth. Oh my god. All right, fine. I gotta go find where the synth was created. Okay, let's go into here and no such file. Oh, there we go. All right, now FF type VST3. Yeah, there's just the one. What? What? How do we build the synth? Where'd the instructions go? Check out Surge XT code, grab submodules, run CMake. To only build the VST, replace the final command with this. All right, sure, whatever. So this has to be debug. This should not take forever this time around, I'm hoping. Yeah, there it is. Perfect. And I think it's the same path, so I think we can just go into here and do find install plugins. And then for this, oh, something weird. To get just, so now we just have Surge here. There it is. Well, no, that's not the correct one, is it? No, it didn't find. Huh, maybe this is the wrong path. Surge XT artifacts, debug VST3. No, that should be correct. Let's open that folder. Yeah, it's right there. What? Okay, so note to build this and not, what's the other one called? It was effects. To build that, not this one, I guess. You have to run this command. Yeah, so problem, how do I get this VST3 in FL Studio? Maybe if I renamed it, because maybe it's finding two with the same name and it's just not considering it. Yeah, it might be that. I don't know for sure. So let's call this like XT Atom. I don't know if that's going to work. They might manifest their own names within it anyway and some metadata, in which case this is a waste of time. But maybe it'll work. So did it? No. I can't uncheck these. All right, let's try this again. Let's make sure we got the right folder here. So if I click this and I type in this path and I delete this, it is different? What? How are these different? They're not different. Yeah, I think the only wait, no, that doesn't make any sense, right? Why did I see, let me try this again. Why did I see the effects thing there? I don't know, but these paths look the same to me. Oh, wait a second. Yeah, is there a manifested name and then a file name? Yeah, there is. Okay, so maybe we can still see our... No, we can't. I just see Surge XD. This one doesn't have a file name, but it's also not a VSD3. Ooh, wow. What do we do? Maybe we delete this from this location? Because, yeah, maybe you can't find two of them. Yeah, I think that's a problem. Oh, man. All right, fine. Let's go figure out where this is. Library, audio, plugins, VST3. Library, audio, plugins, VST3. Whoops. Open dot. So there's Surge XT. We're going to rename this as VST3 old. Can't rename that. All right, engage privacy mode. Actually, wait a second. My keyboard isn't even... Yeah. My this is really, really hard to do. If only I didn't have such a difficult password. There. All right, it's been renamed. So now I try scanning it again. And maybe we find the one I'm actually trying to find. Maybe it'll find nothing now. Yeah, I just didn't find it at all. Do I have to... So stupid. What if I paste this over here? Oh my god. Then we scan again. Oh, man. I'm just doing this for the bug report. Oh, hey, nice. I found it that time. So I got to put this in a specific directory. Putting it in here isn't good enough. That's strange to me. But whatever. There it is. So now we can go add that, hopefully. Surge. It's impossible to know which one of these it's supposed to be. Let's click that one. And then just make it crash. It doesn't crash now. Oh my god. Of course it doesn't crash now. So building the debug version caused it to not crash. So I can't get... Yeah, whatever. Yeah. I will just file the bug report, I guess. Could we have had both of these in the same folder? Like if I renamed this to VST use and there was one other option we could do. We could make the release with debug information. That I might as well try it. I mean, I've done this much. Why not do a little bit more? So now we have two of these Surge things, right? Surge XD Atom and yeah, Surge XD. So this one just says Apple on it. I wonder if that's part of the problem. I don't even know how I build for both. So this one is mine. If I click this, no, this one's not mine. It doesn't say debug here anymore. So now it's going to crash when I do this, right? No, it doesn't crash. What? I clicked the one that said Apple. If I click the one that says Apple and Intel. Weird that it's not crashing anymore. Yeah, very weird. And weird that I can't even see the debug information here either. And those are the only options that I had. Can you add columns here? No. Oh, you can favorite them and stuff? Maybe that would let me figure out which one's which? Yeah. Huh, interesting. All right, so Surge Atom, we're going to hit the star on here. So this is my debug one. So now when I go to add more plugins, oh, nice. It shows up right there, right? Yeah, there's no debug information here anymore. Strange. It was down here originally. Maybe it only shows the first time if I make a new project or something. No, it's just not showing at all. Or maybe I had to do something to trigger that debug. Well, now it crashed. And we don't have symbol information. Man. Hey, Gavazzo. Have you ever tried other DAWs? Yeah, I have. I like FL Studio. As long as it's not crashing. And this doesn't tell me... Oh, this is the wrong one. Wait a second, what? I don't think it's loading the debug one anymore. I think it knows that I chose this file, but it loaded the release one. I think you do need to rename these in the folder. Huh. Interesting. So this clearly says Surge XT Atom here. And if we go look in this dialog, or not this dialog, this dialog, you can see the path is, yeah, Surge XT Atom. So obviously different from the one that just says Surge XT. If I favorite them both, they should show as two separate options here, right? Yeah. But then I pick the Atom one, and it's not the debug version, and then it crashes. No, it doesn't crash now. Oh boy. All right, well then let's just delete the other one. After building, I put the debug version in this, get CD. But FL Studio seemed to still pick up the release version until I renamed it to .vst3_old. Even though it was clearly pointing at the new file. Going insane just watching this? Yeah, this is not fun. Let's try this again. So let's just rename this to old. Use. Yeah. There, great. Now can we try it? So now if I click this one, no, I probably won't do anything differently. I probably need to find installed plugins again. And there it is. This is normal. I don't know why this happens, but it's normal at least. All right, so now we go to this and yep, there it is. And that should be the only one that shows in this menu. It is not, but if I click new, maybe it will be. It's still not, doesn't matter. Whatever, click this. And now there, we have debug information at the bottom. Yes. I want to take a picture of this. I'll shrink it a little bit. No, it's its own, oh, it's its own OS window. Wow, okay. I guess because it's detached. All right, so now we just draw a giant arrow pointing at this. This text at the bottom right indicates that you're on a debug build. but then it doesn't crash. Yeah. So there's only one other thing we can try. We click these things, paste this over here. I want this. I don't want that. And then instead of release or debug, we do rel with deb info. And hope that this doesn't take forever. Where is my repository? Here it is. Is the last thing I'm going to try. And then I'm filing a bug regardless. So if we have any information for them, great. If not, we're moving on. And it looks like it's not going to take as long as it did the very first time, but it's clearly taking a pretty long time. So how about this? I'll go take my break now. Yeah, I'll be back in a little bit. Is it jump time? Is it not going to answer me? Is it jump time? It's jump time. Howdy, Raimu. Hello, everyone. Close the game. Okay, this only made it to 41%. Oh boy. All right, well, let's include the other detail that we have here for now, which is other notes. I built via this. When building with this, Surge worked fine even in the newest FL Studio. And when building with this, well, we don't have the conclusion for that yet because we're still building it now. I know what that is. Yeah, I am struggling a lot with crashes in FL Studio, and nothing's immune to them. Like, well, maybe the debug version is. Actually, maybe I should be testing with the debug version this whole time. I wonder if we open this up, it won't be able to find the VST anymore. Oh, the file name doesn't matter. Interesting. Get the release version. File names don't seem to matter for these. Hey, Jerry. So can we just play this? Did I lose all of my notes? Are you kidding me? I mean, it wasn't that much, but yeah, it's gone. Revert to last backup, maybe? It's all gone. Oh no. Oh no. Uh, Let me look through the folder myself. Testing surge, backup. There's just the one, and it's from 8:50 a.m. Why is it taking backup so infrequently? Was I on the old? Oh wait, no, I was on. Wait, was I on the old version? I wasn't on this. That's for sure, right? Is it too late now? It's probably too late.
Whoops.
Yeah, there's probably no chance this exists. So we got to find testing surge. And created using a more recent version. Because I hit save. Did I hit save? Oh no. No. Well, we always have the video. Oh man. Yeah, we always have the video. I just want my software to work. All right, well, I don't know. This new synth is fine. Like the sounds are fine, I mean. And it looks like it's pretty powerful. It might be fun to mess around with. I cannot deal with these crashes. Yeah, I'm looping through stack traces. I do want this part to finish though, so I can test this one more time, so I can file a bug with as much information as possible. I just hit this issue myself. Wait, is this true? It works just fine, or like menus would open? Opened normally. Although I did encounter a crash eventually. I don't have the details for that crash anymore. I'm not going to go look through the VOD for that one. Capture a sys diagnose and attach it. This repro's pretty much 100% of the time. So if they end up asking for that, I will. But I want to be done with this. And this is probably going to take another like 10 minutes, right? Yuck, yuck, yuck. Yuck. All right, well, let's write in the journal. This has been a great day. Man. Come on. Okay. So tried working on music, but the Surge synth also crashes. So then I spent a bunch of time investigating that instead of actually making music. In other news, the Itch Sail Explorer, where is that? Yeah, here. So I was looking through this yesterday, and apparently there were about 7,000 assets listed. I actually don't remember that. I thought it was closer to 20,000. Anyway, there was apparently an indexing problem, and now all of the assets are listed. So we'd be able to find all sorts of different things in here. Game assets. Yeah, all sorts of things that I did not have before. Like, I don't remember seeing this one. Maybe it showed up. So I was trying to exhaustively go through this list. And if we were to look through it again, we'd find some new ones. Cat asset pack. Yeah. So I've got to nail down some game design probably tomorrow. This sale ends on Monday, I believe. And yeah, I wanted to figure out what I was going to buy. I've got a pretty good idea now. Did I look through this? Thought of adding a color key to the journal so you can quickly see how many good days you have versus bad days. No, I wanted this to be pretty lightweight. And I don't usually go through it that often, at least not like day by day or something. I think any information I add, like what was my mood or how much do I feel like I got done, I think it would only be worthwhile if it ended up changing trends. Like if I saw a bunch of bad days, maybe I'm like, well, that's a good time to take a vacation or something. But I already actually feel like it's a good time to take a vacation. Where do we stand with this? 74%. All right. Yeah. This is going to take too long. All right. So yeah, let's pivot to regular game dev stuff for now. I'm not going to stream for too much longer. I think today's a wash. Just so annoyed by the crashes. And this isn't the first time I've struggled with this stuff in FL Studio. All right, where's the game design doc? Let's go write this stuff down. The game has no obvious means of being broken. We should add it in. So this probably goes in here, right? Do I have any design notes? Yeah, for each game. So short, figure this out. Try to steer toward being a broken tutorial. If a game has no obvious means of being broken, we should add it in. Calls all tiles up all the way. This allowed us to make the dungeon runner idea without just directly dropping the player into that environment. Cool. Revamp, but I've written about this. Yeah, I'll put this window over on the side so I can tell what the progress is. It's at 76% right now. It's been moving very slowly. So I assume it's going to take another 15 minutes or something. Let's go find the Dungeon Runner game. Medieval Dungeon Racer. Oh, here was the bundle that I had found earlier. Yeah, also I have 2 notifications. What are those? You sold Skeleseller. Neat. Neat. All right, so asset pack is basically this bundle. Cool. Overview. Use a bomb on it. The bomb causes the entire dungeon to start falling away, and the game becomes an endless runner style game. What's creating the new world? I didn't really think about that. Maybe it was already created. Yeah, yeah. Maybe the dungeon was already endless and the bomb just caused urgency that you didn't really need up until then, or didn't really have up until then. This also kind of indicates that you probably can't use bombs again. So if you're going through this dungeon and you've got, they show an example of this. Yeah, I don't know. You're going through the dungeon, you got this room, and there's a cracked wall over here, and you put a bomb down, and then all the tiles start disappearing. First of all, they probably disappeared near where the bomb is, right? Maybe. Maybe this is like, and I'm debating because if bombs blow up the floor, then we can't just let you use bombs afterward, or else you blow up the floor you're on, right? It's okay if there's just one bomb. Maybe you break a crate and there's like a conveyor belt or something, and the bomb travels to the left and it blows up the world from the left. So now you have to travel to the right. Probably need to put a little bit more thought into this. It wouldn't really make sense for you to use bombs after this, since you know they blow up the floor. Maybe it's essentially a cutscene that plays out. Like you hit a vase and there's a bomb in it. Then your character shows an exclamation mark above their head and they run to the side. No, but then you don't feel like you were smart for the cracked wall bit here, right? I don't know. Anyway, this bit is the overview. Use a bomb on it. The bomb causes the entire dungeon to start falling away. The game becomes down this runner. So questions. How do you use the bomb? Like how does the bombing part work? Hey, Galaxy Inferno. Happy Thursday. Then you're not using the bomb on the cracked wall. How's the programming going? It's going pretty well. I mean, we haven't been doing programming today. It was supposed to be about music, but then the program kept crashing. So now I'm trying to build a debug version of it so I can get any important information to report a bug. But yeah, in general, it's been going well. In fact, I'm going to change the stream title on Twitch to say, like, just doing game design while I wait. Doing game design while waiting to repro a bug. All right, let's delete music and composition and improv from here. Done. Yeah, there. Very likely finally be a homeowner. Oh, I didn't realize that was still in question. I thought it was definitely going to happen. But congratulations. Yeah, I thought it was a definite thing. So other ideas, there could be different race courses. Yes, this is what I ended up doing. There could be enemy racers. I don't think this is a great idea in the Endless Runner, since they would need to either be on their own paths, which would be extra information since you can't interact with them, or need smart enough AI to be on your path. They should just be enemies that you encounter. Could be items or power-ups. You get a boot and you move faster for some time. Actually, yeah, this stuff's pretty cool. Each core is a massive interconnected dungeon. You have a mini map or something. It could be secrets. It could be an agent. Yeah. Maybe one of the knights is an agent who talks to you. Maybe they're even sidekick and you don't realize it because they're in armor. They're, what's the word I'm looking for here? I don't know. They're wearing armor. Yeah, yeah. We're getting basic words. What happens if you lose or die? Yeah, I don't think we fully answered this. I think just resetting to somewhere is probably good. I've got some other questions that we haven't answered yet either. Where are those questions? Here it is. Finish designing it. Nope. Nope. This goes here. All right, we're at 88%. We signed a contract. They took over 2 months to clarify if we're allowed to buy and to clarify where to send which part of the money. Tomorrow we should finally get the go-ahead to pay the money and receive the key in return, and all legal matters about ownership are settled. Nice. Yeah, awesome. Then you can change your name on Twitch to Galaxy Inferno Owns Home. And when you get your second home, you can change it to Owns Homes. And then third and fourth and fifth. Signing contracts left and right. All right, the other thing we got to figure out is what should we do in terms of game production. We have July to work on Checkpoint 2. We have polish needed for the top-down shooter. We have the rest of the loot boxes gameplay needed. And we have all of the Dungeon Runner game. And then any architect encounters. Yeah, this might be a bit too much. Maybe I just add these 2 games. Yeah, I think we need to do game design tomorrow morning. And then finish designing how Checkpoint 2 will look. I think that adding another game is possibly a mistake. We should just figure out how the story beats play out. And then work on the loot boxes game. Oh boy. Did you study law? Because you should not be critiquing my contract. That sounds frustrating. Sounds very frustrating. We're at 89%, by the way. So this is done. Assets to purchase. I mean, I guess we can look through assets at this point. Yeah. What I would really like to find are some turn-based battle enemies that we can use in real time as well. Like, these characters might have something like that in here. Where do they say what they have? 64 unique pieces, 5 pre-made heroes, animations, walk, crouch, jump, attack, and others. Yeah, what are the others, though? That's what I want to know. What do they have? Emotion animations? Included in this pack. Oh, here they are. Oh, the and others is like holding an item, shooting a bow. Yeah, I don't see any like spellcast animation. It's kind of what I want. It's just some like pre-built battler animations. I wonder if we could use these. Oh, I hadn't thought of this. How much is this? $10. And what are the animations? Idle, kick, quick shot, rolling, run, Slide. Krauk. Crocodile. This one has a spell. But I guess it's that specific character that has it. Yeah, so they all probably have like an attack. And the spellcasters are casting spells. That looks really cool. Nah, I don't think this will work exactly. I mean, it could, but maybe find something a little bit different. We're 92%. I'm going to test this, file the bug, and then probably just go. Beast tribes. There's a lot in this pack. Not this specific one. This bundle. $35 is actually pretty good. It's just, I think this is mostly for like a Stardew Valley kind of game. And everything in here kind of screams Stardew Valley to me. Like there's a town, normal town graphics you'd expect, houses and stuff. The interiors of those. Mines with mining graphics and geodes and stuff. And yeah, some enemies, some crops, icons, UI, farm animals. So yeah, this strikes me as a Stardew Valley type of asset pack. And there's no problem with that. I like the art style and everything. I think this is really well made. It's just we can only have so many of those in Stuck in a Broken Tutorial. Thought I might negotiate. They seem very attached. They're suspicious clauses. Yeah. I had an issue somewhat recently. I think it was in the last few months where someone sent me a contract and I was like, I cannot sign this. Like, imagine it was a contract to whatever, get a car, and it says you cannot drive the car that you buy. You'd be like, I need to be able to. That's why I'm getting a car, right? And they just didn't seem to understand how the wording it could have that interpretation. I was like, it's pretty clear. Like you can just change the contract, and they just kept saying like I need to talk to my boss or the whatever. Yeah, I was like, you can just change the wording yourself if you want. So we never signed that contract. It was a gigantic waste of time. And then I found someone else. I am seeing quite a lot of the same assets we already looked through here. What is this one? Oh, this looks pretty neat. Yeah, there isn't a whole lot to this. I also really like this style, and I think we need to use this in some of the games where the hands are detached from the body, so you can pretty much put any weapon or any ability in there. And you don't need some special animation for the character itself. What are we at? We're 93%. Yeah, I'm not seeing anything too different. At least not so far. Outer buddies? Interesting. Screen contracts and license agreements for you before you accept. Yeah. Yeah. I guess if you were like, hey, is there anything potentially dangerous in here? Or because all it needs to do is point you to the paragraph, then you can read it yourself. Although I guess there's a problem if it doesn't find something and there is a problem. I want to talk to their legal department and I'll tell them, you know what, never mind. If you have to go through them, yeah, I guess you have to come to an agreement at some point. For me, I just went with a different person entirely. This looks like it's made by AI, just these lines. Is it? More information. No generative AI. Yeah, something about those lines just strikes me as not like human drawn. Huh. Seems so invested. I'm a bit over it. Yeah. Yeah, this was a couple years ago anyway. No, this is cool. What's the bundle for this one? Fantasy RPG. Oh, I've looked at these before. I just didn't look at the creature one. Huh. I actually wonder if you could make a game with just like this stuff. It reminds me of, what's it called? Animal Village in Link's Awakening? Yeah. There's a village just devoted to the animals. Well, apparently there's a human too. Yeah. All right, 96%. We're almost done with that. Huh. Idle and walk animation. So they just have idle and walking. It's probably not enough to do anything all that interesting with it. It would be kind of funny to have a game where you spawn into something like this and you open talk to one of the NPCs and they say like, you're a human, get out, and the portal spawns and you leave. And that's it. You're just done. Only animals allowed. We gotta be careful how many times we do something like that in the game. Stranded merchants. Okay, I've probably looked through enough of these. Oh, these look cool. I think I've seen this person's artwork elsewhere on here. Interesting. Yeah, I have seen their artwork before. I think the tile sets are relatively small. Like if you look at the actual tiles you get in this, it's not a very large tile set. It's all right. You can make it as a mini game. Tactical RPG. What are your favorite ones? I played Final Fantasy Tactics Advance. I really like that. Then I bought Final Fantasy Tactics something on my phone. I don't know what it was, and I like hardly play that at all. There's quite a lot in this pack. Yeah, this is one of the ones I'd want to get. I think these look pretty good. But I could always just buy those individual ones. Like, I don't know if I need the whole everything in here. I'd also like to see what it sums to, because like this top row is $10, 15. That's what, 19, 24, 27, 30. I'll just round up to 4. So 34, 39, 49. Yeah, so it is definitely a better deal to just buy the bundle. But it all depends on how much of this you actually use. If you never touch these things, doesn't matter. And I probably can't just throw these in anywhere. Although there's a lot of cool stuff in here. I do like that. You know what? I'll write this down. Let's see. Consider buying this bundle. Lots of cool effects. Maybe I can come up with another game for these. Ah, yes, Fire Emblems. I played one of the Fire Emblem games on Game Boy Advance. What was it called? Maybe Awakening? No, just Fire Emblem, apparently. I thought it was good. I then never sought out any other ones, I think. And did you play Advance Wars by any chance? Because this is another tactical game. This one's pretty good. And it's got a cool aesthetic. Where's that picture? Here, yeah. Yeah, you did? Yeah. But all these are an emulator? Yeah, yeah. I don't think it drastically changes the experience, at least for those games. Maybe if you had like a certain Wii game or something and you tried playing through an emulator and you didn't have motion controls, it might be weird. Yeah, so I think this is only worth buying if I end up using like, I don't know, 5 or 10 of these packs. Otherwise, I should probably just buy the individual ones here. Are these supposed to be animated? I think they are. I don't think they're working. Yeah, I think it's supposed to be. Has anyone commented on this? No, they haven't. Yeah, they look really cool in the preview up here. I like that quite a lot. Maybe just get the effects that I need. Also, this page doesn't have working animations. All right, it is finally done building. Hooray. So let's go copy this into the correct location now. So this is what I just produced. No, this is not what I just produced. Where to make it? Here? Yeah. All right, so let's just go to that. Yeah, here it is. Today at 10:29. That's weird. Yeah, that's weird. I mean, I started this command at 10:29, I think. But date modified is 10:29. Shouldn't it be date created? I don't know. Yeah, that's weird to me. But let's go try it, maybe? Not sure. So I gotta paste this in here. And I'll just move my keyboard off screen. All right, so we got this, and now I want to delete this one, I think. Yeah. Did that work? God, my password is way too difficult. I gotta change my password. Okay, so now I got this set up. Now I go into FL Studio 2025 and try to load this. And if we just click this to begin with actually any of these, I think it should add it. Plugin is missing. Actually, I'm kind of surprised about that because I thought this didn't work by name. It didn't seem to, at least. It doesn't show any debug information. It also doesn't crash though. Is there any indication that I built this myself? Build info. Yeah, that's mine. Yeah, okay. Yeah, so this has to be the right version. And yeah, it doesn't crash. All right, well then I have no extra information for this bug. That's too bad. When building, same thing with a rel with debug info build. All right, so that's what I got. Let's read this. I just hit this issue myself. My Surge version, my Fruity Loop Studio version, Mac version. Remember, I right-click pretty much anything in Surge or attempt to open a menu. Program crashes. Other notes tested in Surge. We're testing an old version of FL Studio. All right, man. I'll just comment there. Then I can delete this. I can delete this. So very strange. Oh, wait. Oh, whoops. Hang on. There is one difference. I apparently only built for Apple. I don't know how you build for Apple and Intel, but I should go modify my note and write that there too. Other notes, edit. Also, in FL Studio, the versions that I built myself only show Apple, not Apple plus Intel. So maybe that's why mine didn't crash. ... question mark. And I'll just take a picture of this. Done. The format is also different. Well, I only built the VST3 format. That's all I was trying to use. But yeah, these other ones I never tested. All right, so what does this even mean? Do we use, I don't even know. Do we use 2024 in the version I built? Probably. Yeah, probably. Oh man, it's too bad I lost that track though. I kind of liked what I was making. I guess exit out of this whole thing. Whoops. I guess just save over whatever project I just had over here because it's got nothing in it now. FL Studio, testing Surge, testing Surge. I can't save over this. Hello? Whoops. It puts it in another folder? Maybe I'll just maybe I'll just save it in here. Testing Surge. Oh, I see. Save. Yes. Do you want to replace it? Yes. Good. Okay. Yeah. So now if we go add that in, you know, it's weird. I can't unfavorite this. It's just stuck in my favorites. It doesn't even exist anymore. Yeah. I only have one favorite in this list. What if I unfavorite it and then favorite it again? Does that fix it? Nope. It's just there forever now. Or can the build system use handle that? I'm not sure. I didn't look into it. And yeah, in Godot, I think I had to use that binary that you were talking about, LIPO. All right. Well, I like vaguely remember what I did here. We had one of these, and I had some like never recording to recreate too. Quite tedious. Well, maybe we'll just try to keep in mind a general idea for this and eventually make sure it fits with what we have here. I do like this instrument. This feels fitting to me, which this isn't working anymore. Does it reset this every single time or is it just when it crashes? Yeah, so like with maybe this is the inspiration graphic. I just want to load up that one thing, yeah. Yeah, I'll just try again next week, I think. Yeah, I think I'm gonna go. Well, I think tomorrow we devote to some design and then probably getting back to the loot boxes game. Today did not go at all how I planned. Yeah, we just got stuck on crashes in FL Studio. And then I lost the music that I made. Oh well. All right. Yeah, I'll be back tomorrow. We'll work on some design stuff. Thank you all for watching. Thanks for being here. Sorry it wasn't a super productive day, but take care. Have a good rest of your day.